Hi there, Libra. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. My apologies for this reading being so late. I've had a lot going on, so I'm able to do it now, but yeah, my apologies. I want to get into this. This is not, I guess, a typical spread. I don't know. I don't really do. Marcel, chill out. He hasn't been outside in 3 days, and it's like he's freaking out here. It's raining a lot, and so I'm gonna do that. And that's not rain in the background. That's just the babbling brook on TV for ambiance. But what I'm feeling here, Libra, is this interesting energy where we have. I asked for your energy and for the person that you're dealing with. So this may be. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily make sense for a singles reading, but this is what I'm picking up here. And then this is the outcome energy and the overlying energy of everything. So the overlying energy, let's look at this really quick. Okay, and you have the Nine of Cups underneath that. I like that. I'll tell you why in a second. You have the Two of Pentacles here. Now, if you look at this card, oftentimes the Two of Pentacles can talk about juggling. It can talk about needing to make a decision in regard to whatever is going to stabilize your life in the next phases. But if you look in the background of this card, there are two giant waves with two ships going in different directions. Okay? It's emotional disruption here. And it's interesting because when I hone in on the energy for this person, whether this be you or the other person, and remember, these are general readings, this may not resonate for you, but if it does resonate, then it might be something to consider, the information that comes through. With the Three of Cups, this card is often about celebration. It's about being happy, being going out and celebrating, eating dinner with your friends, going out for drinks. It's a happy card. It's a joyous card. It's graduations and a lot of good connections, seeing eye to eye with people, working with people that you love, and just enjoying yourself. And then you have the Nine of Wands. So this is about barriers, boundaries. Sometimes people will see this as a third party situation. I don't know if I necessarily see that in this reading here, Libra, and you guys are going to have to be the judge of that. But what I'm feeling here from both parties in different ways is that there's a fair amount of with this one, for example, the Three of Cups and the Nine of Wands, it's almost like this ambivalent energy of not knowing how to, I guess, be happy, not knowing how to open up and be free and connect with other people. It's like you have your guard up. It's almost as if you don't trust everybody that's around you. I don't I don't know what that's about. And then with this other cards, for the person that you're dealing with, or it could be you have the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Six of Wands. So there's also, it's almost as if some level of trauma that's happened for both parties where it causes things to not feel like they can be trusted. It's not connecting with your partner all the way, or maybe not the entire way that you want to connect with your partner, not knowing how to connect with your partner, maybe the way that they're needing it, or vice versa. It's not a bad reading, and I'm going to go ahead and list off the other cards here, but it's an introspective reading. It's one where we're going to be dealing with personal, internal, internal stuff versus he did this, she left me here, this and that. This is more like an internal reading, and I can't control the readings. If this makes no sense to you, click off. You don't have to not like it, just click off. But so the rest of the cards, let me just say all the cards. You have the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You've got the Three of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. You have the Tower, and then you have the Two of Cups. So this is an interesting reading just because it feels incredibly emotional to me, and it feels kind of constricted, Libra. Here it's a difficulty connecting to people, a difficulty not knowing how to insert yourself into connections, communications with others or your partner, not knowing how to share of yourself in full with them. And then here with the other person, it almost feels as if the energy is presented as if they've had childhood trauma about family, or they've maybe come from a broken home. There's depression in regard to both parties here. But it's interesting because it's like you also have this positive movement forward. You have somebody recognizing this energy. You also have somebody putting up boundaries. In sometimes this is about healthy boundaries with the Nine of Wands, you know. Sometimes that's okay. Like if you have to take social situations in baby steps, that's okay. Sometimes people are not, you know, we have what are they called? Extroverts, introverts, you know, ambiverts. I'm more of an ambivert, but as I get older, I find I'm much more of an introvert. Um, and, you know, what I'm feeling here is it's like sometimes you have to like go into these situations knowing that you can take it in chunks, bite-sized pieces. You know, sometimes expressing yourself is difficult. So it's almost as if we're kind of dealing with that. But there's touching here. I almost feel like there's a difficulty connecting to happiness. And it's interesting because it's both parties kind of conflicting with that energy in themselves, you know, and it's in their own right. So it's like belief systems that we endure as children, you know, things that shape our experiences, previous relationships that shape our experiences. But whatever it is, there's a pain here. With this person, I feel like it's almost like an abandonment, you know, abandonment of family, abandonment of feeling good. It feels the same way here, and I'm connecting them in this strange way because it feels like there's a connection between the bond with you guys, but it's like you might be wanting to work on how you experience happiness with one another, because what I'm feeling with the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Tower, it's almost as if like we need to communicate these things with each other because it's all under wraps. It's not necessarily that they're lying to you. It's just I'm not talking. Especially this person feels like they're blocked and guarded, you know, and this person is like they want to heal this. They want good things for both parties, but it's hard to deal with. The Knight of Cups in reverse, you know, it can talk about somebody who's manipulative on emotional levels, but it can also talk about somebody who is not happy, somebody who's depressed, somebody who's mopey. They don't know how to experience happiness, you know, and it's not necessarily their fault. It doesn't make them a bad person, and it doesn't make them any less of a partner or valuable as a partner. But what I feel is a certain like frustration in regard to the communication between both parties, like not syncing up, not matching 100% where you would want that match to be there. And then we have the Tower and the Two of Cups. So it's like it has to this energy has to break down for this to come together. And so we're going to go ahead and clarify this reading here for you guys. Maybe Marcel will make a debut. All right, Libra. So, okay, so the first thing, I'm like, all right, Libra, you have two cards popping out. You have the Death card and the Two of Wands. So here, you know, this is about new beginning, new direction. It's about letting this kind of stuff go. If you have reserve about feeling connected to people, if you are a very, you know, very, if you're an introvert that's having a difficult time connecting, communicating, or if your partner is, it's about trusting the process and allowing this to change, you know. But I do want to say here too, there's a necessity for support, you know. It's almost as if you're going through your own things, but like you both need to be present for the support of each other. It's a cyclical thing, and it's just dealing with your own stuff on your own in your own way. I know this reading is not going to match for everybody. This is too specific, but this is what's coming through for me, and I'm not going to like lie to you. You know, a lot of my readings don't get the greatest ratings, or I don't have a lot of followers just because the messages are totally different. I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your ass. Whatever is coming through, I'm going to read it. So this is basically letting go of the fear of connection, opening yourself up to the potential for new things to come into your life, being more connected with your partner. This is also about communication here too. You have the Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups. You know, these are things where we need to communicate, especially with the Ten of Cups in reverse. These are all emotionally charged areas where we need to communicate our truth and what we actually need from a relationship. You know, it's talking it through and feeling good about being able to come to your partner. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. So this is basically needing to find new direction in regard to just going back to our old ways of, you know, dealing with a situation, or more so reacting to a situation, sometimes underreacting, sometimes overreacting, sometimes just being not there. It's kind of like removing ourselves so much that we're not even present for it. With the Two of Wands here, this is basically choosing a different route. It's choosing a way out of this. This is understanding the transformation with it. And I think with these two waves, did I show you that? The waves here? It's like an emotional, it's like I know this card can be about juggling and all that stuff, but what I'm feeling here is it's like you have these two ships in the background on these two giant waves, and the ships are each going in a different direction. That one's going that way, that one's going this way. It's almost like two of you going in a different direction, but you're still in the same motion, you're still in the same emotional space. It's like you both have to heal things. At the bottom of the deck for the Death card and the Two of Wands, you have the Chariot. So this is moving forward with success. It's moving forward in a positive way. It's getting over things though, and I feel that the more you connect with your partner, the better it will be. The more you are able to be a pillar of strength for your person, the better it will be. And I hope that that's reciprocated to you, because that's kind of, it feels crucial for this situation to move forward. And now, the reason I was saying I'd like this, Nine of Cups underneath here, is because you have the Two of Cups and Nine of Cups. So this is basically realizing the connection, realizing that this is, I feel, a very interesting match. It's almost like a well-suited match, but there needs to be some healing that is done on an internal level for both parties in their own right. But it's almost as if like you're dealing with that type of karma together. Partners mirror each other in a lot of ways, and sometimes our broken pieces and parts mirror each other too. And I feel that this reading is more so of an opportunity to heal that, Libra, for both people. Show me the Ten of Cups. So yeah, you're both getting two cards out. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. So the Wheel of Fortune is, it's about letting things go, letting time heal situations. It's about newness coming, positivity. It's about rectifying situations that may be feeling very grim, allowing things to transfer their energy into something new. It's also a card where it's like kind of fated and destined events, the connection between the two of you, also the reality that the change needs to happen between the two of you for your relationship to have longevity. And it's interesting because that also, if you have the Wheel of Fortune, this is about cycles and change, okay? What happens with like wheels, they turning the Ten of Cups. I feel that this is where this needs to be. I think it's in reverse initially for me to tell you about that, but I feel like this is where it needs to be, and I'm going to put it upright. And that is that. I feel that it does turn this, because then you have this card of positivity here with the Six of Wands. It's movement forward. It's being progressive. It's basically bringing light to the issues that are at hand. You have the Hierophant here. Sometimes this can talk about, especially with the Six of Wands, it can talk about voicing your issues, voicing your needs, voicing your opinions. It can also talk about taking it to a counselor. Sometimes therapy is incredibly helpful for both parties. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Therapy is sexy because it creates healthier people. Healthy people have better sex. And this also talks about commitment, which kind of goes in line with this Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups under this Two of Pentacles here. And I feel that that's kind of the energy where we end up, okay? So please show me the Ace of Swords in reverse. Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse here for Libra? What are we holding on to? Yeah, man. You have the Four of Cups coming out in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Cups. So again, it's upright now. This is where I wanted it. That's what I had hoped that it was going to be. The Four of Cups in reverse, this is basically where, if somebody's having a hard time communicating or connecting, it's like now, where they may have been stuck, they may have not been allowing the connection to happen. Now it's opening up here. And again, it's for this Ace of Swords to turn around and start to open up. This is somebody that, I don't want to necessarily say they're a liar, but they're like tight-lipped about how they feel, you know, especially right next to the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who deals with a fair amount of depression. It's somebody who isn't sure about what to say, how to communicate their needs and feelings. You know, there's a lot of trauma that can kind of create those types of scenarios. And for whatever reason, Libra, this is the reading that I'm picking up on. I'm not going to change it for you because it's for somebody. Doesn't resonate for you this time around. It's not for you. Okay, so show me the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you have a couple cards popping out on that. So you have the King of Cups. You have the Three of Swords, and you have the Knight of Wands. Interesting combination here. What's at the bottom of the deck? You have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's going to take it's a lengthy process in regard to getting here. You may have somebody, especially the Knight of Cups here, with the King of Cups, the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. I feel that this may be this person's energy. It could be this person's energy, either way, but like it feels like somebody got screwed over at some point in their relationship experience. Somebody got hurt with people who wounded them. You know, they might have been a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It might have been somebody who was kind of just in and out of their life, but whatever it is, it's stunting the connection between the two of you. I feel like this is an outside energy. I feel like this is an outside energy causing depression, causing stagnation, and causing things to not move properly. And it's interesting because it's almost as if like the reading is like hitting upon the sensitivities of you and your partner. Show me the Tower. Show me the Tower. For the Tower, you have the Four of Wands here with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is about working together. And, you know, the Tower doesn't have to necessarily mean everything is falling apart, you know, everything is going to shit. Sometimes the Tower can be abrupt changes, and that can be for the better, for the good, you know, especially when we have, uh-oh, things are falling. Hang on one sec. Especially when we have people wanting to work together, it's changing things. Under that, you have the Ten of Cups again. So it's recognizing the connection and the love that you have between each other. And even if this is not hitting upon the right situation, like it's not about communication, it's about feelings or whatever it is, there's some sort of like disconnect between the connection between you and your partner here. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that this is on the rocks or over, but it feels like there's some sort of energy where both people are needing to understand more about the connection and foster the connection and nurture it into something that's got more possibilities, because right now I feel like there's a fair amount of stagnation that's happened and it's kind of been on an internal level. Okay. Show me the Two of Cups here. So you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, it's Libran energy for sure, but overall, it's about voicing your thoughts, your opinions, creating communication, being honest. It's right beneath the Hierophant. This is about connections. It can talk about commitment. It can talk about, with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant, this can talk about, I don't like saying, oh, it talks about marriage in readings because people go all over the place, but this can be a combination of marriage. It can be a combination of connection here. And you had the Ten of Cups popping up at the bottom of the deck like 3 times. You've got the Nine of Cups here. So, all right, show me the Two of Pentacles. Oh my God, I need some water. Ugh. Show me the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you have the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, I know people get freaked out about the Queen of Swords. She's not a bad person sometimes. I mean, in reverse, she's kind of a pain in the ass. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who's very discerning in regard to how they achieve what they do and how they go about listening to communication with people, We have the Eight of Wands here. This is about communication. It's about opening up your connections, opening up your heart, opening up the difficulty and talking about things that need to be talked about, you know. If it's not about the things that I'm talking about, it's more along the lines of opening up to your partner so that they can know more about you, finding more passion in your life, finding connections, being happier. There's some element here, Libra, about being happy that needs to happen. So, interestingly enough, you know, we have somebody that is listening with the intent to hear out the process entirely. You've got the Queen of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords, and here, this is not bad. This is not bad. It's frustrating to me because it actually ends up feeling very good together. It feels like a good match. You have to remember, even though this is the Queen of Swords, queens are receptive energy. They listen, they take in, you know, they process things. It's not always bad. You have somebody else here communicating, and I feel that this is more this person communicating. It's like, I don't know, something's not 100% matched, and I think connecting together, you will become more so matched. Or at least the longevity of relationship will continue in a healthier way. It's about connecting here, okay? Can you please show me advice for Libra? Okay. So it's going to take a bit of time. This is change here. It came out on its side. This is a Four of Pentacles. This is upright. It's about basically holding off, being rigid, not moving. Here we're being malleable. Here we're considering change. Here we're opening up to things that are possible. You know, we're not just stuck in our old ways, not stuck in our old fears. It's about looking through things and really coming to terms with, hey, I'm not happy. I need to change this. And it's not necessarily you're not happy with your partner. It's maybe I'm not happy with how I experience my life. I'm not happy with how I think about things. I'm not happy with how I feel about love or how I feel about connecting with other people and being happy. Like there's some sort of element here where it's like we're not connecting with our deeper, truer selves, and now it's time to do it. And I think you're going to be able to do that with this person here, Libra. But it's about communication and feeling connected with them and making it a safe space. At the bottom of the deck for that Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands coming up. So again, a card of connection, card of happiness, a card of moving in together, a card of advancing your relationship to the next stage. Sometimes if you're just starting out in a relationship, you need to sort this stuff out so it doesn't, you know, taint your relationship. If you're already in the situation with somebody, it's like addressing these things so they're not going to essentially cause problems in the future because, you know, they're not helpful tools. It's a reactionary tool. So yeah, and then the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is about equal give and take. It's about opening up yourselves and your energy to situations where you can connect with each other. Can you give me advice for Libra? Okay. So these are the cards that popped out. This is the card at the bottom of the deck, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection here. And I feel that with the Nine of Pentacles under, and Nine of Cups under here with the Two of Cups here. You also have, you deserve love. You are lovable. Yes, most definitely. Aww. This is what I feel for this person. And I know I'm like getting stupid and like I sound like I'm gonna cry, but I feel like I'm gonna cry. It feels like bittersweet, sad, sweet. Like you're worth, you're valuable, you're lovable. This person sees it. It's about seeing it in yourself and knowing that it's there. It's like I want to give this person a really sweet hug and like love them. Like you deserve love, and you do deserve love. If this situation that you're dealing with your partner is resonating and you're not like at each other's throats and you hate each other, this is about connecting with somebody even further, deepening the bond, opening up the connection. And then you have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Four of Wands, Two of Cups, the Hierophant, Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, all cards of heavy, like commitment, all cards of commitment, opening up, connecting, moving your relationship to the next stage and level. Chemistry here between the two of you. I'm like trying to move this, and wedding is coming out. I do not like saying wedding in readings just because people are like, oh my God, she said I was going to get married and I didn't get married. I'm like, well, not every reading is for you. And I hate the fucking romance angels, but I'm using them here because I'm being told to. Chemistry here. Chemistry. For some of you, let your friends help you. This may also be a situation with let your friends help you where going out with people that you do enjoy in small doses may be helpful. Take it in bits by bits, take it in stride. It's about connecting to others and feeling safe to do so. I don't know what happened here with this person, but it hurts. I can feel them hurting, and it's like kind of like an open wound, like a black pit that just, I don't know. I just feel like they were told that they weren't worthy or lovable, or they were just not cared for the way that they were supposed to be, Libra. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's just painful. But it feels like the other person, the other partner, I guess has a little bit more to give and more to help here, but you help each other equally. It's a balance. It's a give and take. It's equal. And I think, yeah, I do. I feel that. All right, show me. Okay. So you have rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite? I don't know this. It's pretty stone though. Rhodochrosite, 45. Rhodochrosite, the heart reviver. Rhodochrosite teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down. Oh my God, exactly what I'm talking about this entire time. Dissolving denial and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. It offers compassionate love and forgiveness. You face the truth with loving awareness. 100%. Okay? I know this reading isn't for everybody, for whomever it is. I feel very passionately about this reading. I feel like, there's love there, and it starts with yourself, but there's love and support there, and it will come through. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved. Oh, Jesus Christ, I want to cry. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates dis-ease, or you may have misused or feared your sexual power in the past. You may be repressing something you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. Time for change of viewpoint. Begin to seek the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. Releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. I think that that's triumphant. I think that that takes a lot of courage to do that and look within. And I feel that the connection here between the two of you, Libra, is something that like actually is helping this process along, because this person is making you feel loved, and in your own way you're making this person feel loved. It's connecting the dots. It's making more sense of the connection. It's building more upon the connection. And I feel that this connection is strong. I feel that this connection is going to last. I think you're here to help each other heal from this type of karma and change the way that you see things, change the way that you see love. Ooh, okay. So what is coming to me right now is sometimes when we have a pitfall in our mind in regard to a relationship, or like we see our partner doing something that is annoying, or like they do something that's just, but we don't say anything, we just kind of keep it within, but it's almost like adding it up, like, okay, if they do that again, it's just it decreases their value and worth. It's like one partner I feel may be feeling those types of things, and it's kind of the struggle to not just jump ship. And I think that that's the partner with the abandonment energy, because that can happen when we have abandonment issues. We would rather throw everything away and jump ship because we don't want somebody to jump ship before we do, or we don't want to be left, in the dark. And so we would rather sabotage everything and just run away than actually deal with it. That needs to be put to sleep. That type of responsive mechanism to cope with this or cope with your feelings is not something that is okay anymore. Okay? It needs to be addressed and it needs to be fair. And life, I'm feeling like, okay, there's so many weird feelings going through. What I'm feeling is like Peter Pan syndrome for one of the partners here, almost like, how do you say that? Peter Pan syndrome. It's, look up Peter Pan syndrome. It's basically where, you're not 100, it's almost like you're not 100% in reality. It's like you want to live out your fantasies more so than reality. And sometimes that happens when we have traumatic lives, when we have traumatic childhoods. Like we go within a realm of illusion. We go within, fantasies and our imaginations. And oftentimes it's to protect us, when we have pain. But it's time to start not reacting in that way where it's like, oh, they did this, bye. Or, oh, this might go south, bye. Like, you have to work on it. That's a relationship. You have to work on it. So if you're somebody who is like immediately on the inside reactionary to your partner and like, tallying up a checklist, like, okay, they did this, I gotta go now, bye. Be careful about that. Ooh. Okay, Libra, I'm gonna stop this reading here. I really hope that this was helpful for whomever it was for. I know this is not for everybody, but for whomever it was for, there's a lot of positivity here coming. It's just going to take some time, and I think you have a partner to do that with, for whomever this is for. Yeah, a lot of internal growth, a lot of internal acceptance, and accepting your progress and the progress of your partner all together. It's yeah, this card was beautiful for this. I love that this came out. Anyways, I'm going to quit yakking. I'm going to let you go. I hope that this reading was helpful. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in a week or so, because I'm already so late with this reading, for the midpoint in December reading. All right, take care, Libra. Have a good day, night, whatever it is. Bye-bye.